accomplish the rest of the season for his team?
Yeah, yesterday was a tough day for everyone, for the organization. Anytime you lose someone because you've spent, the last 4 years with, it's tough. Um, but I think when you look at the NBA, the season keeps going. We have to continue to push forward, and that's what we're committed to. We're committed to winning, and we're looking forward to concentrating on tonight's game. Yeah, that's a good question, Mike. I think we're talking about basketball, right? And so it's about getting back to X and O's and competing. The two things that we can control is our energy and effort. A business decision was made, and I just talked about we gotta push forward. We believe that Riccardi and Finn can do a good job, and they will do a good job in their new role.
Jason, how much of a voice do you anticipate having, or do you want to have, in terms of the front office decision-making, especially during this period, when they're running on an interim basis?
Tim, to answer that question, I think it's, they're going to do their job, the front office. Again, as I said, I think we have confidence, a lot of confidence in Finn and Riccardi. If they ask me for my input, I'll be able to give it. But again, my focus is the team and making sure that we're prepared for the Suns tonight and any other game that we go forward with. And so my voice is about the players and figuring out how to get a W. And then how do we improve each day that we take the floor? And we've had, some time here where we haven't had an opportunity to get on the floor. But as we go forward, we plan to spend some time on the floor so we can find a way to win.
Pro athletes and coaches often talk about blocking out the external noise, but when you're coming down the stretch of the game and you're taking free throws and fans are chanting, fire Nico, it's pretty hard to block out that, right? So I'm wondering if you think that this will be pressure alleviating in any way for the players, not just to deal with those distractions.
Well, I think to work backwards on that question is we'll see. We can only hope that we don't have to go through that again because it was a little disrespectful because the guys are playing hard and they're trying to win. And so with that chant when we're shooting free throws is very disrespectful. But understanding that they got their point across, the fans, but we have to move forward. I understand the healing process for the fans, but these guys are playing hard. Ever since the trade, these guys have given everything. We were down to 8 guys, but a lot of times we didn't get credit for playing hard and finding a way to get in the playing game with a lot of money in street clothes. And again, we have a lot of guys that are in street clothes. We got over, I think, $100 million sitting on the sideline. And we're still competing, and we're still in games, and we're learning how to win. So I would hope that we start to get a little credit for that because these guys, they can hear those things, and they feel really disrespected. And it's hard to keep guys here in this league when they start to think that the home team is not home, and it becomes a visiting place. And so hopefully that changes tonight.
Jason, you mentioned that you had confidence in Mike and Matt Riccardi, and obviously you spent a lot of your career competing against Michael Finley. We're traded for him, as a matter of fact, and you've worked alongside Matt and see what he's done in the front office. Would you be willing to share a little bit more just about your thoughts on them, what gives you confidence, and what you like about them, and what your expectations are in their respective roles?
Yeah, I think understand they were assistant GMs here, and I think they're prepared for this opportunity. Finn, our paths have crossed. We were teammates for Team USA. We were traded for each other. We played a lot against each other, but I have the highest respect. Finn's an incredible, smart man and has been in this game for a long time. And so I truly believe that we're in good hands. And then when you talk about Riccardi and his journey to becoming a GM, I happened to be in Brooklyn with him. I know I'm old, and I've been a lot of places. But again, I think he's prepared for this situation. You never want this situation to happen, But I truly believe the two of these guys are going to do their job at a very high level.
Does this change anything with Kyrie, just in terms of like, whenever he's physically ready, what plays here?
No, everybody's doing their part to get back. Everybody wants to play. And so everyone who is hurt, the progress is good reports. And at some point, we'll hopefully see Kai in a uniform. He wants to play. He's working extremely hard, mentally and physically, to get back to help us. He's sitting there. His voice is in the locker room. He's antsy because he wants to help. But right now, the only way he can help is by his voice, and he's doing that at a very high level. AD's doing the same thing. He's working out and had another positive workout today. And so hopefully he continues to trend in the right direction. And so did D Live, had another positive workout today. And so hopefully we can get some of these guys back in uniform and get them back into the fold.
Coach, you talked about the upcoming opponent. What have you seen with them so far in the starting season?
Yeah, when you look at D Book is playing at a high level. He's shooting a lot of the balls. But he's one of the best players in the world. If you let him get to the three or you let him get to the mid-range, those are good. You can count it because you're going to take the ball out. He's shooting the ball at a high level, and they're playing hard. They're well coached. They have a young coach. They're crashing the boards. When you look at some of the guys that are shooting the ball, the three, they shoot a lot of threes. I think they're 30th in the paint, so tonight's a great test for us to be able to guard the three.
You mentioned some frustration maybe with the chants from the players. Looking at Cooper, guy who wasn't here last year, how would you say he's handled all those chants and just that adversity?
I would just say look at his game. That's a simple answer. He's very mature for an 18-year-old. And if you were to grade his game, it was one of his best. And so he's a winner. He wants to win. He wants his teammates to make every shot. And so understanding he's 18, but again, he's not afraid. And he's doing everything to put the team in a position to win. Thanks. Thanks.
All right, guys, we'll have the players in here 6:15, 6:45.
Promise we weren't trying to lock you out.
It's all good.
We got Gaff.
Man.
Go ahead with questions for Gaff.
We still got these short tables. Lord Jesus. Okay.
So,
all right.
Gaff, when you heard about the dismissal of Nico Harrison, what was your first reaction?
It was a bit of surprise at first, of course. Nico was a guy that, was a part of the trade with me and PJ. So, I've been knowing Nico for a good amount of time. I've always been around him with, the Skills Academy camp and stuff when I was younger. It was, for sure, a big surprise to me,
How do you expect a decision like this to impact the team in the short term? What do you expect from
I think just the outlook of it with the team is just the business of basketball. And when it comes to that, our main focus right now is just the basketball side of it. We can't really focus on just whatever goes on, behind the scenes and all the stuff that goes on with the front office stuff. We got games to win at the end of the day. We've had a bit of a up and down beginning of the season, so our main focus right now is just coming out and just playing hard, just winning basketball games for sure.
Pretty blunt question, but do playing home games become less fun given the atmosphere, firing Nico, chants?
I wouldn't say it becomes less fun. It is a bit, I would say defeating when it comes to just the scenario that we went through the other night. But we just kept playing. We just kind of stayed locked in as a team. We know the times that are going on around the team right now, just the organization in general. But our main focus, like I said, is just coming out and just playing basketball. No matter what goes on outside the lines of the court, we just have to do our job at the end of the day.
You've been a Mavericks team that made it to the finals, and you've dealt with what you've dealt with since February. What's it been like just experiencing those highs and the lows in a short amount of time here?
It's just been different days throughout the process, I would say. Like I said, we stick together through situations like that. Of course, there's just a lot of stuff that kind of unfolded that it was